Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday, September 29th, and here is your OT Lit lesson for today. So you are going to click on read this first, and I gotta tell you, my internet is slow today. So, one thing, Thursday, I am going to meet you. So, first thing you're going to do is sign up for a Thursday time slot. It is right here. You're going to sign up for 15 minutes anywhere on here. And we're going to go over some stuff just so I can see your face and talk to you for a little bit. This is Thursday. 15 minutes. You can do it. All right. Where am I? So today we have a video, which is this. We're gonna go through word, phrase, sentence again, only this time with Martin's story. And then you're gonna try it, and then you're gonna try word, phrase, sentence on the book you're reading. And I want to go over this on Thursday. So this is gonna kind of be Thursday's thing. All right. So before I start Martin's story, looking for word, phrase, sentence, I want to just read Caitlin's letter she sends him. So she sends him this letter. So this is Caitlin in Pennsylvania sending a letter to Martin in Zimbabwe. I began. Hi, my name is Caitlin. I'm 12 years old. I live in Hatfield, Pennsylvania. I'm in the 7th grade. My brother Richie is in the 11th grade. So then she tries to think of what else she could do. She says, I play softball and soccer and field hockey. I like the Spice Girls and the Backstreet Boys, and my favorite color is pink. For fun, I like to go shopping at the mall on the weekend. I also like to go roller skating and bowling with my friends and to eat pizza. What do you like to do for fun? And what is it like in Zimbabwe? Sincerely, Caitlin Stositz. So that's the letter she sends him. Okay? Now, I'm going to go over Martin's side, and I want you to try and think of what you notice that is different between Martin and Caitlin. So here we are. Mrs. Jirai entered our classroom smiling. Class, I have pen pal letters from America, she said in a chipper voice. It was mid-October and toward the end of our school year, so this was a welcome surprise. Everyone started chattering. We all knew and loved America. It was the land of Coca-Cola and WWF, World Wrestling Federation. Kids with money would Xerox different wrestling photos from American magazines they found in town and then sell them to other students. It was very popular to have an 8x10 black and white copy of Hulk Hogan. He was considered a god in Zimbabwe. My older brother, Nation, managed to get one somehow, and we hung it on our wall at home using bubble gum as tape. It was a status thing. Do you have Hulk Hogan or Macho Man? This was my view of America. Men with big muscles who wore skull caps and knee-high boots and made lots of money. The big life. I wanted to know what kids my age were like in this faraway country. Mrs. Jirai only had 10 letters, and there were 50 students in our classroom. I was in group 1, so I was one of the lucky ones. The school year in Zimbabwe starts in January, when every student takes a placement test. The kids with the highest scores are put in group 1. I had been in that group for the last 8 years since first grade. My mother made sure of it. On my very first day of school, when I was 6, she kept asking, who's the best teacher? An older woman was pointed out, and my mother approached her and said, this is my son Martin. Make sure he is in your class. It worked. I wound up in that class. At the end of first grade, there was a ceremony where the top 3 students were named. Number 3 was announced first, then number 2. When my name was called for number 1, I heard a joyous cry from behind me. I turned to see my mother jumping up and down, like a rabbit, ululating, which is how we celebrate. I had to hold back a smile as her high-pitched cries, "Yule, Yule, Yule," pushed me toward the front of the crowd where I received my certificate. On our way home, my mother said, "Martin, if you want to do well in life, you must always be number 1. I was number 1 again the following year, but then in grade 3, I took second place. Why didn't you take number 1? My mother asked the day I got my report card. Her face screwed so tight, her eyes were squinted slits. Okay, so we are going to do a word phrase sentence for this one. So a word that I think stood out for me was ululating, because I don't know what that was, but you know what happened. I can't really see it from there. Ululating, it stood out to me because I wasn't sure what it was, but then it kind of told me what it was right afterwards. So I turned to see my mother jump up and down like a rabbit, ululating, and I was like, what is that? So I had to hold back a smile as her high-pitched cries, "Yule, Yule, Yule," pushed me. So she's like yelling. That's what she was doing. But I would pick that one as a word. A phrase is, I thought this wrestling thing was kind of funny. Like how men with big muscles who wear skull caps and knee-high boots and made lots of money. I thought that was funny about that's how he thinks of the United States. And a sentence would be, for me, I had been in that group for the last 8 years since first grade. My mother made sure of it. So that's kind of saying how important education is to them. So word, ululating. Phrase, men with big muscles who wear skull caps and knee-high boots and made lots of money. And sentence, I have been in that group for the last 8 years since first grade. My mother made sure of it. So here's your assignment. I put in the next 2 pages of the book. So remember it said he didn't get first in the sentence in class. So this is the next part. So we're gonna start thinking about how Martin's life is different from Caitlin's in Pennsylvania. You're also going to try this on the book that you're reading. I hope that you have a book for ELA. I think you do. You're going to try that for ELA. And I will see you guys Thursday. If you have questions, I'll be online today. Bye.